Hey, ladies and gents, this is Isdwiz coming to you with the review of the Mythic Legions figure Thumpp, Thumpp the Goblin. So I'm here at my friend Superdad2's house, and I wanted to feature this awesome diorama he made. It's Aztec, Mayan, Mesoamerican influence diorama. Look at that. It's got skulls on the top. You can see some pieces. You can see the Aztec calendar. One of the Akator playset pieces there. Some skeletons hanging. Lots of moss. A cobra who somehow made its way to the Mesoamerican jungles. Back there you can see the fertility idol, or another copy of the fertility idol. And it's just really, really cool diorama that he made that I wanted to show off in this short review of Thumpp, Thumpp, the Goblin. I don't have a tripod or anything here, so I'll try to make this as steady as possible. Working with holding the camera with one hand and working with the other. But this was one of two Designer Con exclusive figures. That doesn't mean that that's the only place that you can get them. Well, the other one was Torgon Redfin, which actually sold out before I could get him, but I was able to do a quick review there because I borrowed Eric LeBron from the Cabal's figure, and I was able to do that. Thanks again to him. And so this is the Goblin. As you can see, he is the same size as most of the other goblins. He's shorter than a regular Mythic Legions figure, and he's around dwarf size. But something about the way these shoulder pads are situated on him, and the fact that this neck guard gives him a thick neck, gives him sort of a heft befitting of his actual name, Thumpp, because obviously he wields this hammer, and he is a blunt force trauma kind of guy, and so as you can see, the shoulders kind of hunched because of the shoulder pads, if that's how you choose to display him, and then it looks like he doesn't have a neck, so you expect somebody who's built like that to wield a hammer with power and force, befitting his name. So the other cool thing about Thumpp that I like is the way that there's a wash on him that makes it look like his armor is rusty, and there's a kind of reddish hue to the rust along the lines. And they've done rusted armor with Bog Goblin, but I think this is the first one that has this particular hue, and it's so carefully embedded in all the nicks and crevices of the armor. So I hope the lighting is good enough that you can see that. But it's a very, very cool effect. It's on the loincloth, it's on the armor bits, and of course the Goblin shouldn't have pristine armor, right? I mean, this guy's probably crawling around in swamps and stuff. So you can really see the highlights there. And I don't know, like I said, if this camera does it justice and the lighting's good. But yeah, I love that part. And I just think his design is really, really ingenious. The way everything about him is spiky and menacing. You have, I hope you can't hear the landscaper in the background. Let me pause here for I don't know if you guys could hear that, but there's nothing more beautiful and less distracting than the sound of a leaf blower in the morning going full throttle. And it is kind of early in the morning. Like I said, I'm not back from decon yet, taking my sweet time getting back. It's kind of a 6-hour drive for me, but it was well worth it. I also want to remark on the face sculpt on this guy. That big rounded chin is another thing that adds to his unique character. It's not sharp, and I love all the goblins. I think goblins are a favorite of lots of people, but it's just that they have so much personality. and their faces are so unique. You got the pupilless yellow eyes there. You've got a bunch of barnacles on his chin. He has a rough time shaving, I guess. And just the way that underbite comes over and the tusks come out, you got a real like determined, mean little guy. There's an axe here, in addition to the hammer, and in addition to that, there is this sickle-shaped blade here. So yeah, he's armed for bear. He's dangerous. He's spiky. Even the ends of his hammer have spikes on them. So it's definitely somebody that you don't want to mess with. I was going to say that I drove 6 hours to Designer Con to come hang out with the Horsemen and meet a bunch of members of the Cabal. The Cabal is now the official Facebook forum for the Four Horsemen fandom. And if you haven't joined it, you should. It's a great place to hang out. Lots of pictures, very lively. And the members are passionate and they are amazing. I mean, they're such good-spirited folk. And everyone I've met, Eric LeBron, the guy who lent me his Targan Redfin so I could do a review, they've just been super gracious and nice. And I hung out at the Horseman's booth a lot at DesignerCon. DesignerCon is worth coming to and seeing just on its own because of all the different artists and stuff. But anytime you get to go to a con and see the Horsemen, you guys should, because like I said, they're really, really gracious and generous and with their time. And gosh, I've met so many friends at cons over the years that have become really, really good friends, real friends. I include the Horsemen in that group. And then next to them was the Glios table, Matt Dowdy and O'Neill Design. Those guys there. And it's a real family atmosphere. The whole Glios toy alley there with Marty Hansen, the God Beast, and then the Battle Tribes guys, and Dr. Kent was there, guy who puts out the Cappy. I was there, and just getting to meet so many neat, creative people in a small place made it well worth the trip for me, even though I didn't get that much sleep last night. But yeah, so if you get to go to a con, go to a con. If you want to know all about Mythic Legions and you don't already belong to the Cabal, join the Cabal. Walter Hagen is the admin there, and he runs a tight ship. Jeremy Gerard is also, I think, an admin there, and he's Jeremy's amazing. I've done interviews with him, and I've just marveled at how many customs he's done. Obviously, I'm going to say that he's he's superhuman or something, but yeah, he's part of that group. They have a bunch of T-shirts that they made up, a really cool Slayer parody design, and so many people were wearing the T-shirts at Designer Con. So that was really, really neat to see all the passion and enthusiasm for Mythic Legions, and they're buying up all the figures. Kurzog sold out, Torian sold out before I could get one, and I think a bunch of people came over and picked up their Mythic Legions from the table, and I think that the Four Horsemen had a good time and a good con, and hopefully they'll be back California next year. And things are looking really good for Mythic Legions after G-Con got started, then Mythic Legions Con came up this year, and I didn't get a chance to see that, but I did go to G-Con. And then hopefully those two things I'm hoping will merge so that I don't have to fly out to New Jersey twice in 1 year, and then I can go to G-Con and Mythic Legions Con and Toy Con at the same time and hang out with my buddies, Nate Barge, Eric Treadaway, and George Gaspar, and all those guys in New Jersey. And that's a flight across the country, and that is well, in and of itself, worth it. So I know I've digressed quite a bit on this in this review. Feeling a little nostalgic because the forum, the old forum shut down. That was the second forum for Mythic Legions fans that shut down. But the Cabal group is bigger and better. It's more intuitive. You can have more pictures. It's easier to navigate when it comes to posting pictures and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that all you guys get on there and join up and celebrate Mythic Legions and your passion for the group. And like I said, a bunch of like-minded, very, very cool individuals. So anyway, back to Thumpp. He's great. You should get him. Goblins are awesome. And I hope to see you on the Cabal and at the next con. Is the Wiz, signing out.